Hey guys, happy Monday. It's Joe and it's time for Pikkit with Joe. We've only got one game on the ice today. The draft lottery is tonight, so that's definitely something exciting. We had three phenomenal games on the ice yesterday with the home team getting the win in each and every situation. The only favorite that won the game yesterday was the New Jersey Devils, pulling off that win over the Carolina Hurricanes 8-4. Now they dominated right away, right out of the gate in that first period, putting up 3 goals. Phenomenal game there. Huge, 12 goals in that game. So didn't expect that many goals, but nice to see the Devils get the win. You also got the Devils in the first period on that puck line, so I hope you tailed along yesterday. That was plus 175 on the puck line for the New Jersey Devils. Florida able to pull off the win, not go over their team total though, so I'm frustrated with myself. I had a little bit of doubt in this team, so while I did like them, I put a little bit of money on them on that money line, put more money on their team total over 3.5, expecting them to get 4 goals. They came up with the win. It was a 3-2 win in OT. So anyone who took them to go to overtime made some beautiful plus money yesterday. In the Seattle Kraken, the heck can we say about the Seattle Kraken team? 5 goals in the second period. So I had them, all honesty, on the money line for the first period. Of course, we got the push on that as they went scoreless in the first period, but I did have them for the full game. Bigger bet on that first period, though. Again, I just didn't have as much faith as I should have in the full game. So note to self, have a little bit more faith, not just on those first periods, but fantastic win for the Seattle Kraken, a 7-2. So we will be moving on to the next set of games. Pretty exciting series here. The Toronto Maple Leafs could get swept. I hate to say it, you guys, what we're seeing out of Toronto, just not looking good. So, yeah, Joe, release of the Kraken definitely is coming out phenomenal. So, you know, Joe, you know what I have to say versus Vegas and the Oilers. Let's jump right into it. So, you guys, looking at this matchup tonight, we have a total of 7, and shop those lines if you're like me and you like the Vegas Golden Knights, because this is a game where the money line is fluctuating. It's fluctuating on different books. I got plus 162 on the Vegas Golden Knights, and I think all the value is with them. We saw them win that game 1. It was a 6-4 win. In game 2, we saw Edmonton capitalize on the power plays. They went 3 for 6 on the power play, so 5-1 game for the Edmonton Oilers. I do think we see the discipline come out of the Vegas Golden Knights in this pivotal game 3 here in Edmonton. Now, before the last game, I was thinking, Vegas could take game 2. They'd return to Edmonton. Edmonton would take game 3. I don't think it's going to be as easy as that, because I do think we're going to see some major adjustments out of the Vegas Golden Knights with how they got blown out in the last game. If last game would have been a little bit tighter, you guys, oddly enough, I would have been looking at Edmonton to come out on their first night of home ice and be able to get the win. But with this series, how this game 2 played out, I really do think all the adjustments are going to come out of the Vegas Golden Knights. I do think we see a phenomenal night on the ice. Now, Boussois was solid in the last game, and yes, he let in 5 goals, but he took 36 shots on goal. So I do still have faith in him here. Tonight, we can get his save shots on goal over 28.5. That's coming in at minus 126. And I do think it's a phenomenal way to go. Now, looking at Stuart Skinner, he has less, 26.5 shots on goal. I do think they probably go over, but Edmonton did do a solid job at limiting the Vegas Golden Knights' ability to get those shots, holding them right around that 31 mark. So it's not hitting Stuart Skinner's numbers to the over is not where I want to go, because I am leaning on Vegas to be able to get this win. They were only able to hit Stuart Skinner once in the last game. So while I do think the over probably comes in play for Skinner, because I do think the Vegas Golden Knights find the back of the net and get more shots in this one, I'm just not loving it. Now, looking at who won the faceoffs in the last game, Vegas did. They dominated. Well, didn't dominate. 52.3 isn't really domination, but they still got the win of those faceoffs. The more physical team was Vegas as well, coming in at 39 hits and 33 hits for the Edmonton Oilers. Vegas wasn't able to capitalize on the power play. So if they spend time in the box, and a lot of time in the box, Edmonton will win this game. Now, when we look at Vegas in the regular season, they were the one team that was the most disciplined. So we need the discipline out of them in this game. I'm sure they are going to come out that way. And that's why I like their opportunity to win. As combined with Bossuet's, I can never say his name right, ability to get those block shots, this team for getting those block shots and everything like that, I do think Edmonton has every chance. Now, looking at what we've seen in the last couple games, that first period over 1.5, you guys know it's been straight money. Hitting it over 1.5 tonight is at minus 160. So we've lost all of the value in that. If you take that up to over 2 goals in this, it's coming in at plus 110. So we are getting value. If you think these goals will come from both of these teams, both teams to score is at plus 142. I do think the over 2 goals would be the way I would go with this one. In the last game, we saw 4 goals out of Edmonton in the first period. And in the first game, we saw 3-2 first period for the Vegas Golden Knights. So majority of the goal is coming in that first period as both these teams looking to come out and punch first. So I do think we see another very similar style game here with both teams punching first in this one. When I look at who I want to isolate for the Vegas Golden Knights in this is Chandler Stevenson. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal out there on the ice for the Vegas Golden Knights. And I like his ability to go over his points tonight. And I'm going to take it over 1.5. So he has to get 2 points in this. I do see a goal. I do see an assist for Chandler Stevenson in this. And that plus money at plus 270 for him over 1.5 points is beautiful. Now you can take him over a point or 1+ points in this, and you're still going to get good value. But I like the over 1.5 points in this with that plus money. Now, I do think this game has every opportunity to go to OT. You can get overtime. Now, it was plus 175 or plus 375 at one point. I've seen up to plus 390. So shop those lines if you do believe, like I do, that this is going to be a tight game. Because I think it's going to be a tight game. Another way you can go is you can take the Vegas Golden Knights plus 1.5 at minus 152. I just don't love the juice, you guys. I do think Vegas has every opportunity to win, but we know this is Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl on the other side of the ice. Leon Draisaitl, 13 goals so far in the playoffs. He's absolutely dominating out there. So I would look at him for his points, his assists tonight. Connor McDavid, you know that Connor McDavid is smelling the blood in the water, wanting to finish this series as soon as possible. So we're going to get the best out of him as well. Like I said, the series is tied 1-1. So it's not like Vegas can't come back and go into Edmonton and get this win. I absolutely think they can, but I do think Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl for the Edmonton Oilers are the players that you do want to isolate here. Evan Bouchard has a goal and assist in the last game as well, so someone else to look at his points for going over for the Edmonton Oilers too. You guys, the power play of Edmonton is just so phenomenally strong. Vegas needs to stay out of the box. So that's what we got for today's action on the ice. It's going to be an absolute phenomenal game here. We've got, 3, 4, feels like 100 games tomorrow compared to what we have today. I believe it's 3 games tomorrow on the ice. No, we just have 2 games tomorrow on the ice. Why did I feel like it felt like more? So 2 games tomorrow, 2 games on Wednesday, and 2 games on Thursday. So lots of great action across the board, you guys. The draft lottery tonight, it's going to be really interesting to see if Anaheim has 25.5% chance of getting the first pick. It's actually in the lottery odds 18.5, but with how they finished last in the league, it actually equals out to 25.5% chance of getting the first pick. Columbus coming in with 13.5%. Chicago, the Blackhawks at 11.5%. The San Jose Sharks at 9.5%. The Montreal Canadiens at 8.5%. The Arizona Coyotes at 7.5%. And the Philadelphia Flyers at 6%, Detroit at 5%, St. Louis at 3.5%, Vancouver at 3%. So it'll be really cool to see who gets those lottery picks. You guys, all the best in everything. We want Florida, really. Oh, David, I feel for Toronto Maple Leafs fans. That was absolutely awful how they wanted the Florida Panthers and what Florida is doing to them. Florida, completely mind-blowing how strong they have come out. So it's been phenomenal. The Kraken look like they could be headed to the Stanley Cup. I completely agree. What would you guys think of the Kraken and the Panthers in the Stanley Cup? I tell you, both of these teams, how they went into the playoffs, similar stories. They had to fight their way to get into the playoffs. Maybe it was a benefit to these teams. We're seeing teams like Toronto, the Lightning, the Bruins, Colorado, and even the Dallas Stars, teams that really didn't have to fight to get into the playoffs. Well, look where they're sitting right now, absolutely struggling. So, yeah, I definitely think the Kraken and the Panthers would be a phenomenal matchup. No one would expect it. It'd be cool. I think I'm going to put some futures. I don't love doing futures a lot, you guys. I hate my money being tied up. I'm so impatient with that. But I do think the value on the Kraken and the Panthers, I think one of these teams makes it all the way. It's crazy, crazy to be saying. Yeah, everyone has to be careful what they wish for. You guys, did you hear Daryl Sutter got fired from the Calgary Flames? You hear those kind of rumors that the ownership wants to sell as well. So Calgary up in kind of arms here. We'll see what happens. So word on the street, Winnipeg Jets will get Bedard. Okay. That will be crazy if Winnipeg gets the Bedard. That would be absolutely phenomenal to see for the Winnipeg Jets. They could use it. So we'll see what happens. The Jets not making it to the playoffs. They made it to the first round. Vegas kicking them out of the playoffs. But you guys, thank you so much for joining me here. Make sure you like and comment below on the YouTube video. It really helps me out. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here every day. You guys are absolutely the best. Have a great day. We will talk tomorrow. Bye, guys.